Welcome everyone. So this video deals with outline story of Supplementary 1. God sees the truth but waits from Unit 1, 12th English, written by Leo Tolstoy. So Leo Tolstoy was a Russian novelist. He was born on 9th September 1828. So he was very famous between 1847 and 1910. His major works are War and Peace, Anna Karenina, The Death of Ivan Ilyich, Family Happiness, and Boyhood, and he died in 20th November 1910. So these are the major works. So after writing War and Peace and Anna Karenina, so he had a deep interest in seeking a greater understanding and justification of life. He traveled widely through Europe. So after writing War and Peace and Anna Karenina, he underwent a change of religious and philosophical attitude. His philosophy began to attract the disciples also. He also developed a close relationship with Mahatma Gandhi, who was very impressed with Tolstoy's belief in non-violence, resistance, and vegetarianism. So what does mean by vegetarianism? The practice of not eating the meat or fish for moral, religious, or health reason. That is called vegetarianism. So now let's see the important characters in the story. So Ivan Mitrich Axiano. So he is the protagonist in the story. So protagonist means that is the main character. Then Ivan's wife, the police officer, then Maka Simeonich. So he is an antagonist in the story. That's mean negative character. Let's see the outline of the story. So Ivan Mitrich Axiano was a young merchant. He lived in Vladimir. So he had two shops and a house of his own. So he was fond of singing. So when he was very young, he used to drink a lot. Then after marriage, he used to drink occasionally. The one summer, he decided to go to the Nizhny Fair. The fair is nothing but a large event where people and businessmen show and sell their goods. He decided to go there. But his wife asked him not to go there because last night she had a bad dream on him. So she asked him not to go there. But he neglected her words and started moving to the Nizhny Fair. On the way to Nizhny Fair, so he met another merchant. So they stayed in an inn and they had a tea together and then went off bed in an adjoining room. The next morning, the actioner got up early and left the inn, and they paid all the bills and left the inn without seeing his fellow merchant. So when he had gone about 20 miles, he stopped for the horses to be fed. He rested a while and got out his guitar and began to play. Suddenly a Troika came there. The Troika is nothing but the horse cart. The cart is pulled by a team of 3 horses. That is called Troika. So from that, a police officer and 2 soldiers came down there. And they inquired Axiano about his previous night's stay. So he wondered why he was asked all these questions. But he described everything, what happened the last night. The police officer told Axiano that the merchant who had stayed with him in the inn had been killed. That means they found dead on the bed, someone cutting his throat. So after hearing that, the Axiano did not know what to do. He was very stunned because the early morning he didn't see him. He just left the inn and they started moving. Then he was stunned to hear that words. And then the police officer asked the soldier to search his luggage. The soldiers also started searching in his luggage. At last, they found a knife with the blood stained. So he was so stunned to see the knife in his bag. The actioner stammered. He couldn't say anything. At last, they searched everything. They found 8,000 rubles and a knife with the blood stained. The 8,000 rubles means that is a Russian currency. It just is one money for the fair. The innocent Axiano was arrested for the crime of murder. He swore that he had not done it, but it was useless. The trial came on the court. So he was charged with murdering a merchant and robbing 20,000 rubles from him. And he was sentenced. Sentence means the punished. Then he was flogged and sent to a mine in the Siberia. His wife with her little children could not help him. So all her attempts to release him ended in vain. She applied many petitions, but everything was rejected. He was highly vexed and asked her that she too did not believe the truth. He put his hands on the face and started weeping. He came to the conclusion that it was God who knew the truth, knew all the truth, and they should appeal to him only. He alone could forgive him and have mercy. He wrote no more petition and gave up all his hopes and began to pray to God because he knew everything. Then, almost the 26 years he spent in Siberia as a convict, then his appearance totally changed. So now all his black curly hair turned into grey. So that was the dream that was dreamed by his wife. So now came true. In the mine, he learned how to make boots and earn some money. So with the money, he bought a book, The Lives of the Saints, and he used to pray on the Sunday prayer also. So every fellow prisoners in the jail, so they respected him and called him grandfather and a saint because he was very honest and he was very innocent. And also he was a spokesman in the prison. The spokesman is nothing but if any quarrel among the prisoners means he was the person who solved all the problems. So that is called he was a spokesman. One day a fresh gang of convicts came to the prison. So one of them was a Maka Simeonic from Vladimir, the native place of Axiano. Axiano came to know from him that Axiano's family had become rich. So while they were sharing their reason for their punishment, Axiano came to know the Makar was the real culprit, this means was the real murderer of the merchant. So that night, the Axiano was totally anxious and he did not go for sleep. So like that he spent almost 15 days. Then one night, so he just went for a walk and he noticed the mocker dug a hole in the prison to escape from the mine. Axiano saw him digging, but he did not say anything about that because the mocker threatened Axiano. If he told everything about the prisoner, he would be killed. So just the Axiano did not say anything about that. The next morning, the government gathered all the convicts and inquired about the digging, but no one uttered a word. And the governor asked Axiano because as he was a honest and innocent man, Axiano also did not speak any word about this. Then on seeing that, the Maka's mind totally changed because Axiano knew everything about the digging, but he didn't say any word to the governor. If he told the governor that he would be flogged till his death, but he didn't say anything. So that kind of attitude that changed Maka's mind. So that night, the Makar went to the bed of Axiano and confessed that he was the murderer. He told everything what happened that inn, so who killed the merchant, and how he put the knife in his luggage. He told everything, so he confessed his guilt. And he begged Axiano to forgive him. Axiano was silent and did not know what to do. The Simeonic knelt down fully and prayed to forgive him in the name of God. The father he told Axiano that he would confess the matter to the authority as to who killed the merchant so that he would be released and go to his home. But Axiano peacefully said to Makar that he had spent 26 long years in the prison. His wife was already dead, his children too had forgotten, and so he had no place to go. So and also he did not want to move from this prison, and also he expected his last hours. Then after that, the Makas Munich told everything to the prison authority. So about who They really killed the merchant, and he confessed his guilty also. And also the prisoner take all the necessary activities, and also the process to release Akshina was begun. But Akshina had died in the prison before his release order came. Almost the 26 long years spent in his life in the prison. So he had a chance to go to his home, but he did not like that. So because he spent 26 long years for not committing a mistake or murder. So he believed God, the only person he knew the truth. Thank you for watching this video.